played good enough to win, and defensively we deserve all the credit that goes along with it on the offense. I think we've got some players that probably feel like they left a lot of plays out there, and as good as the defense played, to be honest with you, I think that, you know, with any consistency at all, I think we could have you know, had a different kind of game. But I am not giving a win back, I can tell you that. I thought when you look at third down conversion rate offensively, 11-21. I mean, all I can remember is the 9 or so that we didn't get. But time of possession, you know, we did a lot of good things. So I really was impressed with Kevin Cooper. Tremendously impressed with Kevin Cooper. Toughness, athleticism. You know, we talk about Allen and we talk about some other guys, but that was impressive what he did out there today. I thought Sean was a workhorse. I think we missed some, you know, elements of our offense that, you know, that we hope to get back soon. But I was very pleased with how Miles Jones played. You know, you think you're redshirted, and all of a sudden you're being thrown in the heat of the battle. And you know, I thought he responded. He's got a real upside as a player. I think some of the guys defensively that are young or just learning and enjoying going out there to play. If we can take success and just get hungry for a lot more, we got some fun ahead of us. I do think that, you know, Ben Indris, who's a walk-on from Clay County, is just a guy that's a chemistry football player. I think Demetrio Tyson is the emotional leader that maybe, you know, we've been missing a little bit. I think he is a rally cat. When it comes time to rally, you can always hear and feel his energy. So I think the offensive line had a tough go of it today. You give credit to how hard Murray State played. I mean, they had a week off. Even though I don't think anything schematically changed, I think they had a lot of energy when they came in here. So, happy with the win. I'll tell you what, happy as I can be. Coach, homecoming wins stick a little bit longer. If you don't know that, losing one and see how long it stays with you. Excuse me.
You held them to 93 yards in the second half, which is a pretty good feat for your defense.
Yeah, for them against that kind of team. And
intercepted them 3 times. Can you expound a little bit more on that?
Well, number one, it started with a good plan, and I know there was a lot of adjusting going on. I was talking to Chris, constantly, really, and he some of the things that we were trying to do early we didn't get done right, and he was really a sort of a quandary. Rather, this is what you get caught in on the sideline, whether you just go to a correction mindset or you change, and what you've got to have there is a real insight into your players, and that's what takes a little while. So I think he got away from doing some things, because we weren't doing them very well. He got simpler, and then we went in at halftime, and he corrected it, and he sort of changed his mix, of what he was doing, and the players have gotten to where they're just, are very responsive to his adjustments, and I think we're defensively. I think we're, where I think you're supposed to be if you're supposed to be really good. I don't think we're old enough yet, but I think we like to scheme, and we like to give you problems. We like to get after your quarterback. And if you hang it out there, we think we're going to get it. I like our defense. I think this coming week we probably got the biggest challenge we've had. This quarterback, UT Martin. To me, he's the best quarterback in the league. No disregard for this one, but just having played him, that's my feelings about him. He's a really good player.
specifically, Coach,
Yeah.
talk about your corners, your youth out there.
Yeah. And we played a bucket full of people. You know, when you have 4 wide receivers in the game all the time, you really can't play linebackers very much. So you go to guys like Jermaine, who's about a half a corner, half a safety, half a linebacker. You create all the hybrids. And so a lot of corners were playing inside, and we brought in, you know, we played every corner we had. We almost, I guess you'd almost say that we were corners all the way across. That's what dime is. Dime is 4 corners and 2 safeties. But you got to have a special kind of, you know, I think the NFL has gotten where it's a trickle down of it. The nickel and dime guy are true hybrids that, you know, that's what I thought those were guys that made the biggest difference tonight, the nickel and dime players. I thought I thought they were really good. It's where the interceptions came from. Good young players. And in modern day football, you build it from the back end to the front end. I don't know that we're as good up front as we're going to be in time, but we've started some on the back end we've been trying to get to for a while.
What's above your expectations then, is the way that you guys played against Brockman today? You had 5 picks coming in, you got 3.
Yeah.
You threw no touchdowns, 255. How, you know?
Yeah, I hadn't absorbed all that, but yeah, I think we picked up about where we left off with EIU, though. You know, I thought that the only difference was I think we built, and I don't know it till the game. You don't get it at practice out, but I think we're building the anticipation to where we can react quickly. I mean, you're looking at Jermaine Huff tackling people behind the line of scrimmage. He's not on a blitz. That's instantaneous recognition. I mean, that's special stuff right there. And he wasn't the only one, but he was the one I think that stuck out as probably for the last couple of weeks.
I was somewhat surprised when McCoy said when I asked him about the efficiency of your offense. I mean, you held it for 40-something, almost 40 minutes. You're 30.
And I walked away. I walked away the same way Marquez is. We were acting. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. We have a expectation of perfection, but we're 11 of 21. Held it 40 minutes. 11 of 20. I mean, where are we in the top 10 of the country in third down?
You're 6th today.
I mean, we're over 50% again today.
So I mean, you needed this kind of
Exactly.
performance against an offense like that.
Absolutely. I think the thing he realized is that we had Alan Bonner out there for points over and over and over and over. And the first play of the game was a touchdown. And you know, you know, we gave up pressure and he took licks, and you know, in his mind, he just give me another second, you know, and I think that's where he knows they're out there, he knows he can hit them, and I think sometimes it's holding the ball gets to be an issue, and he tries to extend plays, and this is Marquez. These are great numbers, you know, but I think he is really frustrated, and we got to get him past that frustration. It's a lot of pressure on himself, and he don't need to do it.
And I was surprised when he talked like that. I says, because God, I thought it was as efficient as you could have.
Except for hitting the down the field throws to Allen and throwing it behind him a couple of times on slants. And it's like one time on third down, he threw it behind it. And I said, did he shorten the route? He said, no, I was just trying to keep him going in there, get his brains beat out because he could see, you know.
Ely 37 times today, 70 the last
Never
game.
want to have write it again. I told it to SEMO, no back should carry it more than 30 times a game.
But when you get that production
yeah, but he's a man about it, and he doesn't, you know, he's one of those guys that he can gain 1 or he can gain 7. It does not affect him. I mean, he is a grown-up running back. And you know, those kind of guys, I guess you can extend it a little bit longer, but I don't like that at all.
But he was really the only guy you kind of had as a running threat because the other 2 guys were down. And I mean, he's got to do that.
Yeah, he's got to do it. But you run it 56 times, you know, and I love running it. Y'all know I do. But you know.
And then I just want to ask you two other things. The drive at the end of the first half, 19 plays, you've had longer, but, I mean, without a hiccup, I mean, you probably had to kick the field goal and they jumped to help you.
Right.
But how impressed were you with that drive?
I was very impressed because I thought Marquez was surgical. I thought he, you know, it's like the drives against Ole Miss. I mean, he knows where they all are. The only thing that gets in Marquez is if he doesn't get time to, you know, he don't get time to find Allen. Because when Allen goes vertical, he knows every time he goes vertical, you got Jesus.
And then the other thing, milestone wins are always remembered for whatever reasons or another. This was your 100th, but will this, even though it was a milestone?
I'll remember winning homecoming. That's what I'll remember. The 100th on a homecoming. That's what I'll remember. Because let me tell you what, it is not fun around here when you don't win homecoming.
Yeah, that's you're right. And the way that you won, consider it's
them, and we held them to 7 points in the second half, and considering that one of my, you know, our ultimate goal, I don't have to say it, everybody knows what it is, and you're not really moving towards that if you don't win on defense. And so I think there's a budding rose here, and I remember that when the first pedal showed, because that was pretty impressive to go out there over and over and over. That guy knows how to play quarterback, and that guy calling plays, know how to call plays. And they'll have to turn around and score 60 next week, you know.